All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Talladega. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks hits Talladega tonight for race number 10, the final race of the season. It's a 70-lap race, and there's a lot of guys that can get out here and make it happen. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeft TV. Well, little Tough Truck Series back at you, baby. The final race of season number 4, 70 laps here at Dega. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeft TV. Appreciate you being here tonight, or if you're watching it on replay. Not sure what's going on. From my end, I can't see the stream, so no worries. I always record these, so I'll upload it as recording. If not coming over live stream, you know, it's always something, man. A little surprise screen for these guys tonight, but round 10, final race of the season. This is Talladega. Oh boy, Talladega is always a fun one. It is a 70-lap race, race number 10, of course. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster and commentator here at TurnLeft TV. Thank you so much for watching the race. These guys are probably headed to about 6 minutes or so. They're ready to head over to the qualification session. Take a look at the schedule, man. This has been an interesting season. California was a great race last week. Charlotte, Iowa, Kentucky, that back half right there, it was loaded, man. But look at the first half, too. Had a lot of fun here this season watching these races. I did stream one race, and I am at least recording tonight's race. So season 4, and we'll just jump right into season number 5 coming up next week as well. So we just go from one season right back to the next, or move on to the next one. 5 minutes left to go. Man, we got some more racing headed your way this week. Whoa, Talladega in the Bushwhacker Series, race number 9. Just 2 races to go in that series. That's coming up on Friday. That'll be live broadcast right here on TurnLeft TV. So don't want to miss that one. Come on out and join me. I promise I'll have the stream figured out. Whatever's going on right there. We'll figure it out. For some reason, I'm not getting any stuff headed out to there, so I apologize for that. know I got the right code in there. I got all that stuff in there. All that stuff's right. Come on. Saturday Night Thunderboy back in action for a brand new season, 70-lap race from Talladega coming up this Saturday at 9 p.m. That's the Saturday Night Thunder Next Gen here at High Octane Racing League. Well, I said, you know, this is the final race of the season, and we are going to take a look at the point standings coming into tonight's race. This is a really, really big race, too. A lot of guys can win this race, and I think we got a pretty tight points battle as well. Take a look at there, Sean Jacobs. He's got a little bit of a lead there, but if he has a bad night, finishes in the back, Gordon Carter wins. Gordon Carter might be able to pull off the victory there. So Gordon Carter sits in the second position. Todd Robillard is third. Givaldo Spinella sits in the fourth position. Julio Caligari is fifth. Ed Palumbo sits in the sixth position. Gelson Neto is seventh. Craig Gallagher eighth. Jack Furtado ninth. Dana Grover sits in P10. Take a look at page number 2, headed up by Tony Furtado. Tiago Lopez is 12th. Pierce Prode, who has dropped out of our league, 13th. 14th is Luciano Villarreal. 15th, Ben Silva. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is 16th. 17th, Jesus Iglesias. I'm 18th. Well, I raced a couple races there. I think it's one race, 2 races. John Stanley, 19th. And Andrew Smith is in P20 coming into tonight's race. Well, it looks like the stream's going through now. Not on my end, but it looks like you guys are getting it. That's good. That's great news. I'm not seeing it, but hey, I'm seeing it on my phone, so a little wacky, man. A little wacky here tonight with the stream, so I appreciate that it's now working. Maybe it just needed some coffee. So about a minute and a half before we head over to the qualification session. Still got some guys joining here at the last minute. So it looks like about 20 seconds left to go, 25 seconds or so in the the practice session. These guys are going to head it over to the qualification session. And I would suggest you were probably going to have a few guys join here, maybe in quals as well, or just before quals. Looks like Gelson Neto has joined us in the team speak, so he'll be out there on the track as well. It looks like about 13 drivers so far. So that heads. That finishes up the practice session. You can take a look at who is fast in practice. Ed Palumbo in that 54, the top time. You see Jesus Iglesias, Jack Furtado, Tony Furtado. Look at that, man. Top 4, all Chevys. And the top 4 is John Stanley, Sean Jacobs, Gordon Carter, Craig Gallagher, Todd Robillard, and Givaldo Spinella, the top 10 in the practice session. So these guys are now headed over to quals. Important to get a good qualification effort. Take a look at the track here while we are ready to, or getting ready for qualifications. This is Talladega, man. I mean, anybody who's a race fan has to know about Talladega. 2.6, almost 2.7 miles in length, 4.28 kilometers in length. Man, turns 1 and 2, 33 degrees of banking, 3 and 4, roughly about 32.5 degrees. And the tri-oval is 16.5 degrees, backstretch at 3 degrees. Man, a lot of room to race here. You're going to have a friend tonight if you want to hope to win this race, that's for sure. So it looks like we are ready for qualifications. And our first truck out there, it looks like, is the 94 of Jack Furtado. Jack Furtado, the first truck out here in quals. Or at least the first one I captured. So, not huge deal here as far as track position tonight, man. It's going to be a lot of riding around under, drafting and so forth, and forming some lines, making some frenemies, that type of thing. But I don't think it's a huge problem with the drafting situation. I mean, with qualification. So, I think you can qualify in the back. The only worry there really is that you get caught up, have to get out of the throttle, you lose the draft. 18.188 in sector 2. Let's see, sector number 3 here for Jack Furtado. Jack Furtado here, let's see, funky finish line. 54.713, Jack Furtado right now leading the board. How about that? How about Givaldo? Givaldo says, not so fast, buddy. Givaldo knocks him off P1. How about Givaldo in that 68 car? Givaldo Spindler down the top of the grid with a 54.527. Todd Robillard up to P2. Let's take a look at Sean Jacobs in the 24. Kubota sponsor machine. Top time, Givaldo Spindler, 54.527. Todd Robillard, 2/1000ths of a second. Back in P2, Julio Caligari third. So 3 Chevys up there. Craig Gallagher is the top Toyota and in P4 so far. Down on the apron. You can go down on the apron here in quals, but not during the race. And let's see if this helps Sean Jacobs out here. 54.442. Yes, it does. Up to P1 for Sean Jacobs. Got John Stanley in the staple gun, or the Stanley Tools staple gun. Number 12, Ford. One of our great Canadian drivers. Gordon Carter says, not so fast, Sean Jacobs. 54.427. How about that? Gordon Carter at the top of the grid. Oh, John Stanley down on the grass. That's going to hurt that effort. John Stanley with 54.577. He got way down onto the grass. Holy Toledo. Craig Gallagher looks like he's finished up his qualification effort. Jesus Iglesias in the 22. One of our great Brazilian drivers. Well, he is from Spain, as I understand it, but he is living in Brazil now. I think he'll accept either one. We might even make him a Yankee. So the 22, Jesus Iglesias. Trying to see if he can't get a good starting position here. Oh, let's see. So Jesus, P5 for him. The thing about wrecking your truck is you get a brand new one when you roll over to, I don't know about Ben Arsilva. Not seeing anything out of Ben Arsilva, so he is not on a qualification lap yet. So I think that's probably it for quali. And again, thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeft TV. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight and watching the stream or racing with us, whatever the case may be. Always appreciate your patronage here at TurnLeft TV. And let's get this party started, huh? What do you think? All right, we are back. Qualifications have ended, and we're going to give you the qualification results here just shortly. In case you're just joining us, this is Talladega tonight, the High Octane Racing League Cup Truck Series, race number 10 of the season. And it is 70 laps. Talladega. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at High Octane Racing League, and the broadcaster here at TurnLeft TV, of course. So qualifications have ended. These guys are now in the warm-up session. Let's take a look at the qualification results. We've got some guys who have joined after qualification, so it's like you got about 13 drivers or so, maybe 14. So, Gordon Carter qualifies P1 in that 56 truck with a 54.427. Sean Jacobs qualifies in the second position at Palumbo, and Givaldo Spindle make up row number 2. Jesus Iglesias, Todd Robillard, P5, P6. Jack Furtado qualifies in the 7th position. Julio Caligari qualifies in 8th. Tony Furtado, 9th. Look at all the Chevys up there, man. John Stanley says, I got something to say about that. I'm not going to let him get top. I'm not going to let him take the top 10 spots. And that Ford in the 12 qualifies in P10. Qualifying in the 11th position is Greg Gallagher. And Dinar Silva qualifies in P12. A little under 8 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Please hit that thumbs up button and let me know you were here. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And of course, smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live. And like tonight's race, man, I did a little surprise stream. Didn't plan on doing that. Worked on cleaning out my Jeep all day and decided to pop up here and throw up a stream for the final race of the season. I sort of had an idea I was going to do it, so. But yeah, man, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and hit that thumbs up button to get these videos out there for people to see, get more and more subscribers. And appreciate everybody who's been here from the beginning, somewhere in the middle, and or just joined. I really appreciate that. Like doing this, and I do it whether I had nobody watching it or a million people watching it. I prefer a million people. But I really appreciate the support. Well, we had taken a look at the track, and, you know, it is an interesting one, that's for sure. I mean, it's a lot of room to race here. I think you're going to get too wide a lot of the race. You know, maybe you see some single file there for a while until guys start figuring it out and get racy. We'll see. You got to have to pit in packs. You're not going to be able to pit by yourself. And I should probably just show you the race keys, huh? What do you think? Be patient here tonight, man. Be chuck up ready as well. That means leave yourself some distance between you and the truck in front of you. Make sure you pick a lane. Make good pit stops, and you got to have some frenemies here tonight. Can't do it on your own. You see those guys getting some practice coming down pit lane. That is key. You do not want to speed on pit lane, although it would not be as bad here, I think, as it would be, say, at a short track. You could possibly get back out and stay on the lead lap. You're just going to be out of the draft, but definitely want to get some practice pitting as well, so make good pit stops here tonight. Whatever it takes, man. No mistakes. Well, I don't have the schedule made up for next season yet, but we're going to be at Martinsville next week to kick off a brand new season. This is the final race of season number 4. Next week we'll start season 5. 5 seasons of Truck Series racing. We just do 10 race seasons, man. 10 race season 1, another 10 race season 2, and so forth and so on. That's how we do it. Spread it out over 4 or 5 seasons, depending on how it shakes out. It's like Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us in here as well. Good to see Claudio. Coming in here a little bit late. Better late than never. He's Samba late today. Good to see Claudio Bardelli Jr. If you see that number 20 logo down in the bottom left, that is to honor Greg Kirchmeier. We'll be running that for the foreseeable future, to be honest with you. Greg Kirchmeier raced Happy Hour Racing League, owner of Happy Hour Racing League, and passed away suddenly. Oh, man, it's been, what are we looking at, 6-7 months ago-ish, maybe a little bit longer than that. Time goes so fast, but he raced with us here in the Tough Trucks. And knew Greg really well, and we definitely miss him, and we're racing him for him this season. And as far as I know, we're going to keep this up there. Keep the number 20 up there. See Tony Furtado getting some practice coming down pit lane. Furtado right there in that red, white, and blue Valvoline sponsor machine. There we go. There's Samba Man, Claudio Bardelli Jr. And by the way, if you are interested in checking out his channel, youtube.com at Sobertom Podcast. Check him out, man. That's Sobertom Podcast on YouTube. All things music right there. Out of a great musician himself, and that is Claudio Bardelli Jr. He's a maestro behind the wheel and a maestro in Samba. About a little over 2.5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Thank you for joining me here on TurnLeft TV. And Givaldo's giving us the play-by-play. He always does this, man. I'll tell you what, we got to adopt Givaldo. Preston Hassel joining us there. Good luck tonight, guys. And Sean Jacobs is already the champion just by entering the race. Oh, come on, Givaldo. Don't run it for us, man. Don't run it for us, Givaldo. Givaldo, what a great guy, man. I'll tell you, if there was if I were to name one person that would model sportsmanship and positive attitude and just a guy that's no nonsense, doesn't cause any drama, just gets out here and races and enjoys the company, it would be Givaldo. We have got under 2 minutes left to go. Making sure everything is working. Let's check out the side-by-side. Hey, it's working. Working. That's good. Always like it when the plan comes together, right? My pick to win tonight. Oh, man, this is going to be a tough one. A lot of people can win here. A lot of people can win. My pick to win here tonight. Ooh, boy. Man, this is a tough one here. I don't know. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to get it out there. John Stanley is my pick to win this race. He is in the 12. So that's who I picked to win. Like it or not. No going back now. So John Stanley's my pick to win this race. Watch him, the 12. Stanley Tools Ford. Could be the guy in victory lane here tonight. Well, it will be the guy in victory lane because I picked him. And I'm always right. All right, man. We're about ready to go, ain't we? We're about ready to go. It looks like we're ready to rock and roll, man. I don't know about you. I've been waiting for this. I had all week. I was thinking, man, if I can do it, I'm going to broadcast this race. I'm These guys are going to put on a show for you. Think they're going to put on a show. All right. I'm ready to rock, baby. Ready to rock and roll. And again, this is Talladega tonight, the final race of season number 4 here in the Tough Truck Series. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and let's see the starting order. Gordon Carter in the 56 starts P1. Sean Jacobs starts in that second position. Ed Palumbo in the 54 starts third. Givaldo Spinella in the 68 starts in P4. Look at those Chevys. Continuing the Chevy dominance, there is the 42 of Jesus Iglesias in 5th. Todd Robillard starts in the 6th position. Jack Furtado starts 7th. And Julio Caligari in the 28 starts in the 8th position. Starting in 9th is Tony Furtado in the 9. The 12 of John Stanley starts in P10. Craig Gallagher in the Toyota starts 11th. And 3 of Benner Silva starts in 12. Starting in 13th is Gelson Neto in the 63. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in P14 in the 19 truck. We're going to get wild, baby. Get those race keys, man. Be patient. Be checkup ready. Pick a lane. Make good pit stops. And make some frenemies. Make some frenemies. So those are the keys here to win this race tonight. So Gordon Carter in the 56 truck. Ukrainian Victoria's Secret model on there. PG-13 truck, of course. These guys need to tighten it back up here a little bit. Tighten it up a little bit. Pace car's off. Here we go. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And we're off here at Dega. Gordon Carter on that inside, inches ahead of the outside car of Sean Jacobs. And Palumbo just behind on that inside line. Guys down there already. We got some guys down on the apron. Looks like Jack Furtado got down on the apron. Man, that is tough right there. Jack Furtado hit the apron, came back up, and wow, he almost lost the back end of that truck. Now he's fallen back to the 13th position, but Jack Furtado got down onto the apron. Holy Toledo. Let's take a look here at Jack Furtado. He touched the apron right here. You see right there that 94 gets down on the apron. Whoa! And Tony Furtado goes up the track. I don't know whether he got some contact or what, but the 94 does a great job of hanging on to that thing. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'm not sure if on board here with Tony, maybe he might have gave the brother a little bit of a shove right there. That's what it was. Oh, little brother gives big brother a shove. Oh, boy. In the 9 truck, he might have big brother Going to have a little chat with him later. Back to live here as the 56, the leader, Ed Palumbo, and that 54 shown in the second position. Cavaldo's moved up to P3. And the 22 of Jesus Iglesias is in fourth. Don Robillard is in the fifth position. Sean Jacobs battling here on the inside line. He's got Tony Furtado just behind him. These guys are mostly single file. We got a little action there. Gelson Neto, John Stanley. Side by side, Gelson Neto in the 63. John Stanley on the outside line's got a good run there on the outside, but he's going to need some help. These guys are working this bottom line. And the 3 of Ben Arcilla is going to follow Gelson Neto through. Gelson Neto in the 8th position now in that Ford, and Ben Arcilla just behind him in the 3 truck. Right now, Gordon Carter is our leader. Little action at the beginning of this race. There goes Julio Caligari. Got to get my call in. Julio! Oh no! Tony Furtado down to the inside. Oh, the 28 truck goes up to the high side. 28 truck. Oh, into the wall there. Caligari into the wall. Man, guys were making some. Guys were checking up there. It looked like Furtado had gotten a little bit squirrely. Holy smokes. Man, I tell you what, things happened fast here. And we had some action there. Tony Furtado was dropped back here. Let's take a look. And there might have been some contact. Gelson Neto might have gotten into the back of, and Caligari was just trying to make some adjustments there as guys were getting, the guys were trying to avoid and, pick a lane. And Caligari, man, in the wrong place at the wrong time. Watch this on board here with Caligari. He's just trying to move. He gets tagged, I think. I think he gets hit in the back end right there by maybe for Jack Furtado. Not sure. Let's take a look. Take a look at the Caligari. The Caligari truck. That's that 22. And yeah, he gets hit in the back end by the 12 and then up into the outside wall. And I think what started it off is that Tony Furtado might have got hit by the 63 truck. And Furtado does a great job of holding on to everybody, keeps it pointed in the right direction. But Caligari, oh man, Furtado was on for a ride there. But Caligari and Furtado came out on the worst end of that deal. And Caligari's got some big-time right side issues. There's no doubt about that, man. He's just going to need a pit stop here, get things worked on. Hoping for a caution flag here fairly soon. Up front, cool as a cucumber. But Gelson Neto, I don't know, man. There was some contact there. Definitely some contact. Go back up here and get on board with Gelson Neto on board here. This is a moment ago. Gelson Neto following Tony Furtado. Furtado gets a little bit. Oh, Gelson just comes up the track and gives him a little bit of a punt. And oh man. And Furtado does a good job of hanging on to the thing, but man, he got absolutely pushed down to the apron there. Got to be careful there with that stuff, man. Got to be careful with that bump drafting and that wrong. Kind of the wrong spot on the track. That could get you in some big trouble. Take a look at Sean Jacobs. Jacobs running in the sixth position, seventh position. He's our points leader coming into tonight. So don't think there is anybody mathematically that can beat him. We will see. Now, Jelson. Oh, man, right there. The 22 gets into the back of us. Whoa, the 22 got into the back of Givaldo. Almost caused him to come around. Got to be really careful with this bump drafting. Got to pick your spots. I generally do not bump draft unless I'm on the backstretch. Nice straightaway. The 24, Sean Jacobs running in P6. That got a little dicey. That got a little dicey. Take a look at Givaldo here. He's going to get bumped by the 22. He'll get bumped here by the 22, I believe. And it's going to send him going backwards. So the 22 diving. Whoa. Oh, wow. Right there, you see that's tough going through the corners there. Also bump drafting, got to kind of hit him squarely. You can't slide across the back of that bumper. That will cause some problem. And here's a little bit later here. This is Benor Silva down to the inside of Givaldo. Givaldo in the 68. Now tucks in the 8th position. Benor Silva picks up P7. Gordon Carter still our race leader here in the 56. He doesn't want to see any aggressive bump drafting. To our top two, separated by 7 100ths of a second. 90 of Todd Robillard running in the 3rd position. Gelson Neto is 4th. Claudio Bardelli Jr. has worked his way up to P5. Right now, Gordon Carter. Carter does a lot of work for us here at High Octane Racing League. You know, he's fairly new to the race league. I mean, he's been here for a little bit now, but, you know, is a newer member, and we saw leadership out of him right away. And, man, he's been so helpful. He's doing some painting of trucks. He's doing the banners, the advertisements each week, and really doing a great job as well. One of our great Canadian drivers. So Victoria's Secret sponsored Chevy. And I know Ed is really reluctant to pass right now, and I can understand why. Oh, I can't figure it out. I'm not sure exactly why why he's not wanting to pass. Sure, that's it. Givaldo now working that outside line, trying to get back by. He's going to need a little help there up on the outside, as the 22 is going to end up filling that gap there behind Benor Silva. No, the 22 goes to the high side. Givaldo working that high side, but boy, he's going to need some help up there to really make any moves. Take a look at Gelson Neto in his 63. He's running in P4. Got some wins this season. One of our great drivers from Portugal. It is. Wait a minute. I'm getting him confused with Tiago. Tiago is from Portugal, right? And Gelson is from Brazil. There you go. I stand corrected. So Tiago Lopez not here tonight, but he's our driver from Portugal. Gelson is from the great country of Brazil. And I'm sure Portugal is a great country as well. My dream is to go to Europe someday. I want to see Spain and Portugal and France, Germany. Oh, Italy, too. Got to say Italy. Can't leave Italy out of that, man. One of these days, when I'm rich, I think I'd rather do Italy first. Nose to tail. These guys kind of got it figured out, but we've got some guys who are a little bit off the pace. And our got a crew of 3 drivers here: Stanley, Gallagher, and Jack Furtado, all racing nose to tail. And they are 9 seconds back to the race leader. So they got a little work to do. Try to close in about 8.5 to the tail end of that train. So a little work to do there to try to close in and get back on that draft. And they've got to get a hold of Jack Furtado here. Now Jack has got some damage. He hit the wall pretty hard, so he's dealing with some damage. And he just wants to come down pit lane, get the pit stop in, and get some repairs done to that machine. Look at this battle here. Benor Silva and Jesus Iglesias. Iglesias going to the high side. He's going to need some help on that high side. Givaldo now bailing down to the low side, and Jesus not going to be able to pull off that pass, I don't think. Caligari on the high side now is a lap down. So he's in the lucky dog position if there is a caution flag. However, Tony Furtado, the potential next victim here pretty soon. And Furtado's truck not handling all so well. Doesn't look like it. He's 51 seconds down, and he is not too far off from going a lap down. You see those guys closing in, just passing the entrance to pit lane. And he's in the tri-oval, so it ain't far. So Furtado wants to stay on the lead lap. Caligari definitely wants him to stay on the lead lap, because if he goes a lap down, then Caligari's not going to be in the lucky dog position. Gordon Carter continuing to pull this train here in the 56. 54 of Epalomo in second. The 90 of Todd Robillard is in third. Gelson Neto is in the 4th position in the 63. The 5th position is Claudio Bardelli Jr., the top Toyota. In the 19, as those guys are going to go around, Tony Furtado is on the outside line. He clearly told those guys to go down to the low side and pass him low. It looks like Iglesias is going to get by. Now Iglesias goes to the high side here, hoping that maybe Furtado works with him a little bit. Iglesias is in P9. He's up on the high side. Now he's going to bail. Now Tony Furtado wants to catch on to the back of these guys. He's got to really be Johnny on the spot here and catch up with these guys, unless he's got a significant amount of damage. So hold on to the back of those cars. That's only going to help you. And it looks like he is losing time here a little bit. Now this guy's going side by side. That'll help him out. And here he goes. He's closing in. He has got to close in on the back of these guys to catch this draft. Benor Silva on the outside line. As these guys are starting to get a little antsy. Maybe planning on pitting here fairly soon. Now the guys running out by themselves are not going to be able to get as good a fuel mileage. Not only are they running slowly or slower than the rest, they are not getting as good a fuel mileage as the rest either. Sean Jacobs is leading this train up on the outside line. We've got 3 cars trying to make it happen there. Jesus just behind him, and also Tony Furtado. Now Furtado is a lap down. Oh, no, they're going 3 wide there. Bardelli peeking around, but they're starting to get a 3-car train here working. A 3-car train here on board with Sean Jacobs. And that train was going somewhere, but now it looked like it's hit a brick wall. Now they're dropping down to the inside. Well, I think we got some different pit stop strategies underway. I mean, some guys are getting better fuel mileage than others, and some guys might be able to make this a just a one-stop race. Other guys might not be in that situation. I mean, if they can make it to lap 35, then they're going to be good. But once you start getting guys who committed to come down pit lane, they need to make sure that they announce pretty clearly so we don't get a big wad of cars here. Gordon Carter continuing to lead. He has led from the get-go. And Palumbo in the 54, running in the second position. One of our great New York drivers said he's got a new steering wheel, got a new race wheel. Maybe pedals as well. So the 54 trying to get a big win here with that new, with some new equipment. How about that? If you are watching the stream, please feel free to send a little chat message there so we know you're here. The more chats, the better. Jesus Iglesias trying to make some moves here on the outside line. Jesus Iglesias trying to make some moves. He got Tony Furtado behind, and these guys are slowing up a little bit. And that's, look at this. Oh, boy, look at this. Oh, this is going to get interesting here. Jesus Iglesias is going to slip through. Jesus Iglesias, these guys are trying to figure out what they want to do. And there are a big wad of cars back there. And I don't know what happened there, but Jesus Iglesias said, thank you very much. What a gift. And Tony Furtado likes that as well. Holy Toledo, what was going on there? What in the world was going on? Looked like there may have been some communication about dropping to the back a little bit, but wow, that really slowed the momentum of those cars, and Jesus Iglesias is our new race leader. Iglesias says, thank you, man. I'll just take that position. He wasn't messing around. Let's go back here and take a look at this. That was pretty crazy. Watch this. Jesus Iglesias. Watch this. Jesus, he's just climbing up. He's got a heck of a speed. Heck of a lot of speed there. Looked like he was going to let Ed Palumbo go by. Gordon Carter looked like he was going to let Ed Palumbo go by, but Jesus just shot him there like he was shot out of a cannon. Oh my gosh. How about that? Jesus not messing around. Jesus not messing around, and he is our race leader. 24 laps in. We call him Barbecue. Jesus Barbecue Iglesias. Sean Jacobs battling. Oh, Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Sean Jacobs make some contact. Contact between Bardelli Jr. and Jacobs. What went on there? Let's take a look here. Take a look. There's 3 wide there. And then Bardelli comes up the track a little bit. Oh, gets into Jacobs. Not a lot of contact, but definitely some contact for Bardelli. Wow. Oh. Jacobs was on the outside. Take a look here. Just a little drifted up into the left front of Jacobs. Go back to live. Wow! Bernard Silva. Bernard Silva is in 7th position. Remember, my pick to win this race is John Stanley. Now, he's going to need a little help. John Stanley got a crew there working with him, but they're going to need some help. I mean, he's 20 seconds down to P9. So we do have 4 guys that are working together. Caligari's a lap down. Jack Furtado a lap down. Excuse me, Tony Furtado's a lap down. Jack Furtado's on the lead lap. Gallagher on the lead lap. Of course, John Stanley on the lead lap, but they're going to need some help. How about Gelson Neto? Neto working this inside line. He got a crew there trying to hang on to that front 4. Led by Gordon Carter, and Gelson Neto wedged in there in that 63 truck. And Neto inching ahead, now in P6. Well, Jesus got a little gift earlier. Guys were trying to figure out where they wanted to go. Some guys wanted to drop back, get a little bit better fuel mileage, and that was a huge benefit for the 22. That Chevy up front. Colombo is 2nd. Robillard 3rd. Spindola is 4th. Carter is 5th. Tony Furtado working that outside. He is the first car 1 lap down. He's in the lucky dog position, so he's cognizant of where those other guys are. Caligari is the next car that's a lap down. Now, Furtado technically is at the tail end of the lead lap now. We go back to live there. We were a little bit behind. We go back to live, so Furtado has gotten around those guys. He's a tail end of the lead lap. So that puts Caligari in the lucky dog position. If there is a caution flag, and I would suggest you, as we get closer to making pit stops here, and we're pretty close, you might see some guys early pitting as well, but if we start pitting in packs, caution flag is not out of the question. It's high speed getting onto pit lane. You're going to see guys pitting in packs. And guys like to communicate, too, as they come off the track, get down onto that, apron, that no man's land there between, the track and the pit timing line. Guys will announce, like, hey, I'll take the inside, I'll take the outside, because that's how many guys you're going to see coming down pit lane. So a lot of communication there. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is running in the 2nd position. He's shown 3rd in line in the Toyota. Sean Jacobs is the leader. He is our points leader coming into tonight's race, and I don't think there's anything mathematically anybody can do to be able to beat him. Ubaldo Spindle and Todd Robillard battling. Todd up on the high side as Ubaldo working at bottom line. And Ubaldo is going to pick up a spot, it looks like. So Todd has to tuck in. And now Ubaldo trying to set his sights on Ed Palumbo in the 54. Robillard just behind in the Craftsman Truck Series Craftsman Tools sponsored number 90. What a great looking paint scheme that is too. Take a look at Ben Silva. Ben Silva with the tail end of this train. He is on the lead lap. He's running in the 9th position. And I will say this, never count that guy out. Just when you think, just about the time you think it's over for Ben Silva, the guy ends up being up front or working his way through a pack and getting up front and ekes out a win. I've seen it time and time again out of Ben Silva. This guy is a fantastic race car driver, and I don't care what you put him in. You could put him in a wagon. That guy's going to make it competitive. I mean, really, this guy's amazing. So keep your eye on Ben Silva. He's running in the 9th position in the 3 truck. Gelson Neto just in front of him in the 63, another very fast driver. Racing in the Ford, just wedged in between 2 Chevys. 63 running in the 8th position. Gordon Carter just ahead, running in P7. Our race leader is Sean Jacobs. Just ahead of him is Tony Furtado, who is the tail end of the lead lap. Take a look at our side-by-side view. Jack Furtado, brother Jack, is the older brother, the older Furtado brother. He is racing in the 11th position. Great to see Jack back out racing as well, man. It's a fantastic deal. I think he's got a new race rig and so forth, so things are looking up for Jack Furtado. On board here with him as he's closing in on the back of John Stanley. Right now racing in the 11th position. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action for a brand new season coming on October the 18th. That's this Saturday. They'll be at Dega in the next gen. Come on out and join us. Get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, and make it happen on a Saturday night. Hearing some information that maybe John Stanley might be coming down pit lane. John Stanley, I believe, is going to be coming down pit lane. Let's see. So John Stanley definitely coming off pit lane. Come down pit lane to make a pit stop. He and looks like Jack Furtado on pit lane as well. So I'm starting to hear some announcements to come down pit lane here. So as we see John Stanley taking service. We'll be able to delete half these cameras, man. Some of these I do not need. Talk to the powers that be. Look at that. Sean Jacobs, our race leader, is coming down pit lane. As John Stanley finishing up his pit stop. So Sean Jacobs making a pit stop. Race leader giving up the race lead to come down pit lane. And Claudio Bardelli Jr. will now be our leader. It looks like Sean Jacobs has finished up his pit stop, now back out on track.
Yellow.
Oh, yellow flag! Yellow flag. Let's see who we got on pit lane. All right, caution flag. Oh boy, I told you, you got to be ready about those pit stops. Caution flags. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened here. Givaldo really reel off the pace, and the 90 gets into the back of Givaldo. Oh, wow. I think that was the 90. Yeah, it was the 90. See the 54 going by on the outside. And the 90 gets into the back of him. Oh, man. Right here, he's trying to, get it wound up. Boy, he slowed down a lot and got into the back of the 68 car. Man, let's take a look at that again. It was a horrible camera angle, but might be able to take a look out of the back of Ed Palumbo's truck. Right there. Man. He's getting into the back of the 68. Wow. Just not a lot of, It's hard to get wound up on that. Hard to get wound up. Now Givaldo slowed down. And boy. So a little action there as Robillard. So here's Givaldo on board, but here with Givaldo, he's going to get annihilated right there, and he gets caught up. I mean, just getting slowed up. That's it right there. And the 90 gets into the back of him. Man, it lifts the back end of that truck up off the ground. So let's go back to live here. That's tough too, pitting in packs like that. I said this at the onset of this race, is that when you start making pit stops and guys start making pit stops in packs, you see caution flags. We got lucky. There was a guy who came down pit lane. He was able to drive through pit lane to get back up onto the track, but just good, perfect timing there for him. So I think that was an interesting deal nonetheless, but our first caution flag, and it happened while guys were making pit stops. Man, the margin for error here at Talladega, especially doing the pit sequence under green, is really not matched by many tracks. So 40 laps in, first caution flag. And Claudio Bardelli Jr. is our leader. Got the Toyota up front. Gelson Neto in the Ford is in second. Benner Silva, Todd Robillard, Givaldo Spindola rounding out the top 5. Now Todd's going to have to come down pit lane, as we do see some other drivers now making pit stops. And the 3 on pit lane. Also the 13 of Craig Gallagher. He's on pit lane. What a great looking scheme there it is. That's a Brent Owen specialty right there. So great job to Brent Owen on painting that scheme. You guys check out the old Happy Hour boys there on Monday nights. They do some great racing there on Monday nights. Broadcasting a live for them, a race for them in January. We're going to do a memorial race for Greg Kirchmeier. And I'm excited about that, man. I think that's going to be on a Monday night, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure. We're still in the works there, and, I got to subscribe to the car set and, get some things going there so we make that as professional as we can. We're going to give away some prizes and make a big deal of it. Hopefully we'll see a lot of guys that race with us in the Saturday Night Thunder that are interested in coming out and doing some racing to honor Greg Kirchmeier. We'll see if we can't get some guys to come out for that as well. So hopefully they'll have a big, we'll have a big event. It'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. I don't care whether there's 2 people racing or 22 or 202. Well, we're not gonna have that many, but or 22. We'll get out and do it. And it'll be a good time too. It'll be cold in January, at least here in the United States, and nobody's wanting to go outside, so everybody will be in watching the race. Hey, Rizky Novar joining us, man! Oh, you got to be kidding me! How about some Indonesian race royalty right there? Rizky Novar. He's been such a friend to us here at High Octane Racing League, and personally me as well. Helping us out. He did a GT3 car set for us. He did a GT3 event, and he took a bunch of time and made a GT3 car set for us. That was awesome. And he races with us too, man. He's a great race car driver. Normally on Fridays he goes out and races, but it's a kind of a weird time difference, right? You're looking at somewhere, 10, 11, 12 hours? He's on site right now. All right. Work. Isn't that what Rihanna said? Work. Sing it, Ritzy. You can do it, Ritzy. I know you can. Ritzy says, I don't sing work, I sing twerk. Twerk. All right, I'm being bad. Jesus Iglesias is our leader. No need to apologize, Ritzy. Life gets in the way, man. So Jesus in the Wildwood-sponsored Ford looks like he wants the inside line. I believe that's what he's doing, unless he's coming down pit lane. All right, these guys are having to figure it out here. The pace car, are the lights out on the pace car? All right, looks like we got some guys. I thought we were going to go green this time. Looks like we do have some guys coming back down pit lane. Neto, Silva coming down pit lane. Looks like Iglesias Caligari and Palumbo also coming down pit lane. So pretty interesting sequence there. That's going to jumble it up a little bit. You see Caligari on pit lane right there in that 28 truck. Taking some fuel, no tires, just topping off with fuel. I need a gimbal, man. This is just the mouse right here, so. All right, the 24, Sean Jacobs now the leader. Gordon Carter in the 56 is in second. Craig Gallagher is in the third position. Excuse me, is in fourth. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is in third. I believe these guys are going to go green flag this time by. All right, bunching them back up. Get ready to go, baby. Get ready to go. Lights are out on the pace car. The pace car is going to be ducking down pit lane this time by. Jacobs on the inside. You see the 56. Gordon Carter up on the outside line. You got Bardelli Jr. and Craig Gallagher in row number 2. All right, here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Back to green.
Go.
Sean Jacobs, our leader. Now you got a bunch of guys diving down to the inside. Jesus Iglesias diving down to the inside. Left that outside line, now tucks in on the inside. Running behind John Stanley. Stanley's worked his way up. Benefactor there of that caution flag. Now caught back up, running in the 6th position. Gordon Carter trying to figure out which lane he wants to take. He's running in P4. Playing that high line, low line situation. Ubaldo just ahead of him in the 68 truck. And Tony Furtado is one lap down. He's in the lucky dog position. He wants to stay ahead of Caligari. Maintains that if there is a caution flag, he'll get the lucky dog unless he is part of the caution flag. That low line starting to work. Sean Jacobs the leader, pulling that group there on the low line with him. Bardelli Jr. all over the back of the 24. 68, Givaldo Spinola running in third. Gordon Carter fourth. The 5th truck in line is Tony Furtado. The actual 5th truck is Craig Gallagher, and he's up on the high line. Craig Gallagher in the 13 truck. Got Jack Furtado just behind him. Now John Stanley trying to push his way through. He's P5. John Stanley. And that Stanley Tools sponsored Ford trying to fit. Oh, he gave up a little room right there, so he dived down to the inside, and Iglesias goes to the outside line. Iglesias goes to the outside, now he's in the middle. He went to the outside of the 12 truck. And Iglesias not able to pull off that pass. Boy, he needed just a little bit more room to duck down on into the inside, but Stanley was giving him some room. Stanley was giving him a little bit of room there. I can take a look at this. It's John Stanley He kind of tucks it, goes up to the high line a little bit, or leaves, or goes down a low line. I'm not sure exactly what he left the room open here for Iglesias. Jesus in that 22. This is a little bit of a replay. Jesus in that 22 gets a good run here on the outside. As John goes down way down to the inside. And Iglesias had some room to breathe there. See right there, way down to the inside, left that open for John Stanley, and Iglesias had I think he had him cleared, but he did not pull the trigger to go down to the bottom line and ends up losing that spot. Very interesting. Guys starting to get it figured out here as Ed Palumbo in 6th. He's trying to work his way through. On board here with Ed Palumbo running behind Tony Furtado. Palumbo is running into 5th position now. Craig Gallagher up on the high side. As those guys on the high side are going to try to figure it out, as the low line guys have got it figured out, a little bit more organized on that low line. Ed Palumbo and that Palumbo Cigars sponsored Chevy running in P5. Todd Robillard is in the 6th position. Started in the back on that restart. How about Jack Furtado? He's in the 94, racing in the 9th position. Now running in 10th. And Sean Jacobs, our leader. Sean Jacobs has this championship sewn up. I don't think anybody can catch him mathematically, but he wants to win this race. That's what he wants to do. They're getting a little messy back there. It is starting to get a little messy. Take a look at Gelson Neto. Neto trying to figure out how to get through. Running behind Jesus Iglesias. Gelson Neto. On board here with Gelson. Running behind Jesus Iglesias and that Wildwood-sponsored Chevy. Gelson Neto. Oh, into the back of Jesus. Gives him a little, Jesus, side draft in the 28. You see Julio Caligari in that 28. But now you get Todd Robillard on the bottom side. That top line can get moving. They just need a little bit more trucks up there to get some going. I mean, these 3 guys, unless they can slingshot somebody, are really not going to pick up too much. Furtado tucks out to the high line. This could help him out a little bit. Oh, there's contact with Jesus and Jack Furtado. Contact! And Furtado, oh boy. Jack Furtado and Jesus Iglesias got together. Let's take a look and see what happened. Right there, you see Jesus comes down to the bottom and gets into Jack Furtado right there. And then they are just locked together down to the inside. And Jesus, how in the world did, Gallagher just barely gets him. This is Jesus, he got absolutely slammed. Oh, man, and Gallagher got into that as well. Poor Gallagher, man, he had nowhere to go. These guys just started getting into one another. He's on the high line. Just a little bit earlier here as Iglesias, there's 2 trucks ahead of him. And you see Iglesias going down to the bottom right there, gets into the 94, and then slamming off one another, and you think maybe he might have, missed it. And then no, just barely gets caught up. Nelson Neto had a wild look at this as well, I believe. Take a look at Neto. Right here, he might have gotten into the back of Iglesias, I'm not sure, but Iglesias drops down to the inside and doesn't realize that right there, those guys are leaning on one another. And then, wow, man. Well, Iglesias definitely came down. Go back here and take a look. Right there, leaning on the 94. Jack had nowhere to go, really. Jack Furtado had nowhere to go. On board here with Jack Furtado. Watch this. And he's got a good run here on the inside. Jack Furtado, great run here on the inside. He does touch the apron a little bit, drifts up somewhat, but he gets that thing tightened back up. And then Iglesias just going to come down, get into him. And now he's on for a ride. He's just trying to figure it out. Now they're in big trouble here. And coming back up the track, and right there you see the you see how Iglesias comes up the track, gets into the wall, catches Craig Gallagher in the 13. Man. I think that maybe Jesus just did not realize that Jack was down there below him, and then once they started slamming off each other, you know, at that point, it's just you're just on for a ride. Well, late race caution flag. Well, here we are now 17 laps from the finish, and we got our second caution flag. Two cautions, not too bad as aggressively as these guys have been running. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Are you interested in an rFactor 2 server? There are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. We have some guys on pit lane. Iglesias on pit lane. John Stanley's on pit lane. And also Craig Gallagher on pit lane. So Craig Gallagher making a pit stop here in the 13 truck. A little bit of damage there for him, so he's got an extended pit stop. Our race leader is Sean Jacobs. It looks like Craig Gallagher has finished up his pit stop. Now coming back out on track. Boy, he almost had that wreck cleared too, man. Really, what a tough break there for him. Just barely got caught there and turned him up into the wall. That's it. Things happen so quickly here at Talladega, racing in packs, that it's hard to miss the disaster when it comes. I don't think you're going to see any of these leaders dip down pit lane to get tires or anything. Tires aren't super important here. We do have a tire rule, of course. You are allotted 12 total tires. Of course, you start with 4, and then you get 8 tires in the pits. Any 2 tires you take over that tire limit will give you a 1-lap penalty. This is the final race of the season. I don't have the schedule up yet. We'll be at Martinsville next week for a brand new season, season number 5. And if you are interested in joining us, of course, Tough Trucks, there is a QR code right there for you to click on and join our Discord server. I can pop that QR code up on the stream, don't I? I'll work on that. I will work on that. Good idea. Thanks for the suggestion. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, man. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We're always looking for new subscribers, and of course, if you're subscribed, please smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live. Here at TurnLeft TV, do a lot of high-octane racing league stuff. That's the league I started with in 2001, and here we are, going strong. Got about close to about 450 or so members in Discord. Of course, not all those folks. The vast majority don't race, but depends on. Some of them are IndyCar guys. Some of them are GT3 folks. Some are BTCC, stock cars. We do a little bit of everything, mainly stock cars. Trucks, of course. Well, how we doing on our race keys? Patience? Give us a B+ on that. Checkup ready? B-. We'll do B-. We've had 2 caution flags. Pick a lane? Oh. That one seems like that's been the cause of 2 caution flags, at least from my experience, my recollection. I'm going to give you a D on that one. Maybe a C+. A C- at best. Make good pit stops? Yeah. We did see a little issue there, guys coming on the pit lane. So that first caution flag. So we'll probably give that one a B- on that one. And frenemies, well, that one, we'll leave that grade open. So teacher gives you, all in all, right now, I'm going to do C+. C+. But there were a lot of B-. Yeah, but there were some C-. Maybe a D+. Some of that. I don't offer extra credit. I get that question every year. I don't do extra credit. And then, of course, 2 weeks before the end of the semester, or the end of the 9 weeks, the grading period, I get, hey, can I do some extra credit? No. I can't. Can't do it. All right, the 24, Sean Jacobs, has elected to take that inside line, and the 19 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start on the outside line. So row number 1 is set. Givaldo Spindola and Gordon Carter will make up row number 2. Ed Palumbo starts in the 5th position. Rob Robillard starts in 5th. That looks like 54 will start in the 5th position, and Robillard will be up on the outside line in P6. Sean Jacobs with the Kubota-sponsored Chevy, 24. He wants to see this car or this truck in victory lane. I'm picking John Stanley tonight. I'm sticking with it, man. Where's old John Stanley? He's back there in P10. He better get to work. That 12 car, or that 12 truck, keep calling cars, because I do Friday nights, and it's cars, of course. In the 12 vehicle. All right, the pace car coming off. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Off to green. Hit the cameraman. Hit the drone. Sean Jacobs the leader. Got a little bit of help there with Givaldo just behind in the 68. This would be a big deal if get the Potterio Cesario Chevy in victory lane. That would be a big one. That would be a big popular win, man. Givaldo giving Sean Jacobs a little push. Chevy's working on that bottom side. That top line starting to move a little bit. Bardelli Jr. has got Gordon Carter behind him, and Bardelli Jr. now starting to move. The outside line organized. The outside line is organized, and now they're starting to get a little disorganized on that bottom line. Starting to get a little disorganized. Oh, we got somebody off the track. Somebody off the track back there. And Ben Silva now driving down pit lane. Not sure what happened there, but Ben Silva driving down pit lane. I don't know if Ben Silva got shoved out there or not, but he is off the track and coming down pit lane there. What happened to Ben Silva? Gordon Carter now to the race lead, and we got some. We got a big yellow flag. We got a big yellow flag, man. Cars are spinning. Caligari into the wall. A big yellow flag here. Wow, what happened? Let's take a look. Furtado got down onto the apron. That is bad juju right there, man. See, dragging the splitter now, and then straight up the track. Gets into, he gets into John Stanley. And then all heck breaks loose. These guys are trying to avoid it. Oh, man, and then the 54 gets hit by the 13. Yeah, Palumbo is spinning. So I don't know what, it looked like what started that was Tony Furtado up the track. And then guys are just scrambling. You're going to get another, here it looks like the 28 and the 12 get together. 63 down to the inside. And then, wow. Man, there's just a lot going on there. There were about 3 wrecks, and all coming off that 9, getting onto the apron. John Stanley up the track, and then 54 gets tagged by Craig Gallagher, and wow, what a mess! there. And the 54, lucky that I think that was all that happened, because a lot of these guys really got hit pretty hard. Sean Jacobs is in the wall right there, and he cannot get to see that. That's a glitch right there. You can't get that truck out of the wall, and he's had to retire his machine. Wow. Well, we got a lot of cars that are boogered up and a couple cars out of the race. Sean Jacobs and Tony Furtado both out of the race. And that changed things big time. Gordon Carter now the race leader. Third caution flag, and it's, I think, all take and no give with these guys. All take and no give. Hey, the Bushwhacker Series will be back in action on Friday for race number 9. Just 2 races to go in that season. And they'll be at Talladega. 100-lap race. Oh, that's not a 100-lap race. It's a 70-lap race. I promise you it's a 70-lap race. We're not doing 100 laps a day. We'll have to change that. 70-lap race coming up on October the 17th. That's this Friday. It'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV at 9 p.m. Don't forget to join us there. And the Bushwhacker Series, the Xfinity Series, always a fun one. Let's check the schedule, make sure I've got the schedule right. Yeah, here you go, 70 laps. Got some guys, I think, coming down pit lane. Yep, Palumbo and Givaldo on pit lane. Take a look at those 2 drivers. The 54 and the 68 on pit lane. Palumbo Cigars and Potteria Cesario. A couple Chevys here taking some service. John Stanley in the 12 coming back out. Gelson Neto in the 63. And the leader is the 56. Lap 62. Six is the leader. Looks like Ed Palumbo is going to start on the outside line. Jack Furtado up to the P3. Jesus Iglesias 4th. I don't think, as far as points situation, I don't think that's really going to affect. Sean Jacobs is out of the race. Does look like we've got another lap here, so maybe we can take a look at the points situation. Take a look at the standings. And Tony Furtado That's page 2 there. Take a look at page 1. There, so it's Sean Jacobs. I think he's probably in pretty good shape. I don't think there's enough drivers out here to make it mathematically possible that Gordon Carter was able to pass him, assuming Gordon wins the race. Could have some implications as far as where some of these other guys are in the point standings. So the 56 Victoria's Secret sponsored Chevy. And Gordon Carter said he's not only a fan and an advertiser, a sponsor for Victoria's Secret, he wears the product as well. Whoa. Whoa. He wears the product. Up. We need to have a Victoria's Secret race suit. Must be the thong. All right. Lights are still on the pace cars, so I think we'll have one more lap here. And we'll get going for, when we go back green, we'll be lap 65. Starting to get a little shady there on the front stretch. No lights here at Dega, so better figure it out. All right, a little different look up front. 56 and the 90 side by side. Row 2 is the Jack Furtado, number 94, and Jesus Iglesias in the 22. Row 3 will be John Stanley and Claudio Bardelli Jr., and that's the 12 and the 19. Four Chevys, Ford, and a Toyota in the top 6. Couple Chevys out of the race. That's Sean Jacobs and Tony Furtado. Pace car. The lights are still shining, aren't they? Kind of looks like it, but I think he's going to be coming down pit lane this time by. I believe this guy's going to be slipping down pit lane. There he is. He didn't turn out his lights. Tricking us. All right, here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Start lap 65. Oh, man, a little close there between P1 and P2. Gordon Carter side-drafted a little bit. in the 90 up on the high line. He's wanting some help from Jesus Iglesias. They get a little bit more organized on the outside line, and they'll be able to make some moves. But right now, the bottom line is the place to be. Gelson Neto running on that bottom line in this 63 truck. On board here with him. On on board with Gelsinetto, and he's running behind Claudio Bardelli Jr. Lap 65. Gotta be careful where you bump draft, man. You bump draft in the corners. Bad juju there. We've seen that tonight. Gordon Carter, the leader. Carter, oh, open it up there now. Bardelli Jr. to the inside. Oh, there's contact. Bardelli Jr. snuck underneath. Jack Furtado, oh no. And they're getting together. They want to crash.
Yellow, yellow,
And
yellow.
we got a yellow flag, and it looks like guys getting together. Lane changes. That's what it's. That's what does this. Lane changes. Now I saw that happening. So caution flag. These guys just do not want to run around under green flag conditions tonight. Let's take a look. And it looked like what happened here. I mean, they're 3 wide there. There was some more contact there. But it looked like Jack Furtado running behind the 56 as Bardelli Jr. goes down to the bottom line. Furtado now drives down to that inside and doesn't realize that Bardelli Jr. does have that inside position. They're 3 wide there. And that's not over. Bardelli gets shoved down below the line, comes up the track, gets into Furtado. And then more contact as now you see guys coming down to the bottom line here. And more 3 wide. Right there is you see Todd Robillard coming down, gets across the nose of Bardelli. And those guys are still wrecking. Bardelli now gets caught. He and Robillard now up the track. And more guys getting caught into that. Caligari gets caught into it, and he's going to get absolutely annihilated right here. Nowhere to go. And that's not the only crash, I don't think. Actually, these guys might have made it through. Bardelli Jr., he snuck underneath. Bardelli Jr. got underneath Furtado. This is on board here. We're backing this up. Here's go. He drives down to the inside line. Furtado kind of dives down. And then contact there. And here's Bardelli. Maybe he doesn't realize that Bardelli's there. And those guys, a big time crash here behind. On board here with Todd Robillard. Just a little bit late in the fact. Kind of back this up, and he probably did not know Bardelli Jr. was back there. There's contact there behind him. He gets punted a little bit by Furtado coming up, Jack Furtado coming up the track, and then he goes down. Doesn't realize Bardelli's there. And then there's contact. And then, climbs up the track, and Caligari is nowhere to go. Caligari had nowhere to go on that one. Go back to live here as take a look at Ed Palumbo. He was able to avoid that. So a third car out of the race. Well, I think we're probably going to see a green-white checker. What do you think? Probably going to see a green-white checker here. So Robillard, Caligari, Jacobs, and Furtado all out of the race. Looks like maybe Ed Palumbo is on pit lane taking some service. So Ed Palumbo taking service here in the 56 truck, or 54 truck. Palumbo Cigars sponsor machine. I'm not hearing any. He is in the truck, so. So a green-white checker. And knowing the way things have gone tonight, it's going to be a green-white wrecker. I'd mentioned earlier in the race, really leading up to the beginning of the race, lane changes. That was going to be a key thing, right? Give yourself some room, but also those lane changes. That was a big one. And that's what's caused a lot of these problems tonight, man. Just this expectation that you've got that free lane, either on the high side or the low side. Pick a lane. See what I mean? Pick a lane. That was number 3 on the list. Patience, pick a lane. The rest of that stuff has been sort of not even an issue, right? Checkup ready. Not been a huge problem there. There hasn't been a lot of checkup situation, people running in the back of other drivers. It's been more of a, we did have a little bit of that with, somebody coming off track to slow down to come down pit lane and somebody got rear-ended. But the main thing has been pick a lane tonight. Try to dive down to the inside line or try to go to the high line and somebody's there. Just as quickly as you've been notified that you're clear, you may not be clear anymore. That's the way it happens here at Talladega. And it is all take and no give now. This is a green-white checker situation. Sean Jacobs joining us in the chat there. He said the wall had him for lunch. Yeah, I haven't seen that too often where a car goes through the wall like that and not able to get the car back out of the wall. That's not ideal. Well, can Gordon Carter hold off Jesus Iglesias? Don't forget we got Gelson Neto in third. John Stanley, my pick to win this race, is up to P4. He can still pull it out, man. Still do it. Give me some bragging rights. Well, looks like we're going to have one more lap before we go green. Don't forget, my pick is John Stanley tonight. I think I still show that. It's still there? There it is. My pick, John Stanley tonight. Up about halfway, a little bit more past halfway. My pick to win. He's running in P4. Showing him in third right now, but Neto is a little bit behind him there on the inside line. So John Stanley, I don't know, man. He can pull out a victory. A couple Canadians, got a Spaniard, a Brazilian, all the top 4. A lot of Brazilian drivers, man. I was so lucky to start racing with a place called NASCAR Total IndyCar Brazil, and just met a lot of these folks, and I learned how much passion they have for racing. It's just amazing. All forms of racing, man. It's really super popular. Of course, the Brazilian stock cars, very popular there. A lot of great road courses there in Brazil as well. Interlagos, what a big track that is, man. That is a big one. Curitiba, another great track. All right, I think the pace car is still not turning out the lights, but coming off the track, come down pit lane this time. And we're going to go green, and we got a green-white checker. All take, no give. Better protect that bottom line, man. Somebody else slide under the bottom there. Try to take that position from you. Going to have to play a little defense. Pace car's off. Here we go. Can Gordon Carter hold off a charge
Go, go, go.
from Gelson Neto and Jesus Iglesias? And Iglesias got a good jump on that restart. Iglesias got a good jump and inches ahead of Gordon Carter, and he dives down to the inside. That leaves the lane open for the outside for John Stanley. John Stanley got a run on the outside line. Jesus Iglesias in the 22. Oh, the 12, little hit there from the 19. Going to do that down the straightaway, not the corners, and John Stanley inching ahead. John Stanley with a push from Claudio Bardelli Jr. John Stanley inching ahead now. Now will Bardelli Jr. leave him? That's the question. John Stanley in the 12. Just behind him is Claudio Bardelli Jr. John Stanley, can he hang on to win? One lap to go. Oh, Bardelli Jr. trying to slip down there now. Jack Furtado with the 94 slipping through. Bitter Silva just behind. Jack Furtado. John Stanley, I thought he had that thing won. But something happened. Oh, there's a wreck. Racing to the end. Here we go. Can Jack Furtado hold off Bitter Silva? Jack Furtado with the 94. More crash in there behind. Jack Furtado, can he hold off Bitter Silva? Play a little defense, Jack. Bitter Silva won around. Bitter Silva, very cagey veteran. He's going to the outside. Bitter Silva goes to the outside. Jack Furtado battling. It's going to be a photo finish. Who's going to get it? Bitter Silva gets the victory. Oh, my heaven. And Palumbo stuck up there as well. Oh, my heavens. Bitter Silva. Bitter Silva gets the win. You got to be kidding me. Bitter Silva with the win in the trucks tonight here at Dega. Wow. You've got to be kidding me, man. That was crazy. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of a replay here. Not going to let me get a replay. That's unfortunate, but I don't know what it is about this game, but wow. Man, Bitter Silva gets the win. You got to be kidding me. Ben Silva has the magic, doesn't he? Oh, man, oh, man. What a great run for Ben Silva. Let's take a look at the final results. Going to be some hurt feelings here tonight, I think. Ben Silva gets the win. Ed Palumbo sneaks in for a second place finish at 54. Jack Furtado, man, I thought he had that bad boy won. Finishes in third. Gordon Carter finished in the fourth position. Jelson Netto, the top four, finishes in P5. John Stanley finishes in sixth. Givaldo Spindola qualifies or finishes in the seventh position. Jesus Iglesias eighth. Craig Gallagher, the top Toyota, finishes in the ninth position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes in 10th. In 11th is Todd Robillard in the 90. Julio Caligari finishes in 12th. Sean Jacobs finishes in 13th. And Tony Furtado finishes in the 14th position. And congratulations to Ben Silva on getting the win here tonight in the Tough Truck Series. Man, he won, and I had all but forgotten about him, man. When I started looking at that front group there, I didn't count him in there. But, you know, that just goes to show you never count Ben Silva out. He has always got a chance to win the race. Congratulations, Ben Silva. Parabéns, Benor. A great run there for him. And another win for Benor.
A lot of soul.
And I don't have a logo up for Sean Jacobs, unfortunately, but I didn't really plan on doing the broadcast. But let's see if I can get Sean Jacobs up here in the booth and get a word from him. Joined here in the booth with Sean Jacobs, and he is the High Octane Racing League 2025 Season 4 Tough Truck Series champion. Probably not the race you wanted to see to, you know, with this championship, but you had to feel pretty comfortable going in knowing that you had it sewn up.
Yeah, at the last part of the race, I thought I was in the right position, and it looks like the outside line had a lot of drafting partners doing, I should say, nose to tail, and they just came right on past me, and I was just trying to get back in the line, and then that's when all the melee happened, and I got wrecked and got into the wall, and the wall would not let me out.
Well, it looked like, you know, I talked about this in the pre-race show, that lane changing, you know, guys changing lanes, not realizing somebody's already down there or somebody's got to run. And by the time they get down to that bottom line, that gap's filled and not available anymore. What was your experience tonight with seeing some of that happen?
What was really affecting me was, it seems like the checkups when I was in line on the bottom, and right at the beginning, I think I was right behind Todd, and all of a sudden his truck just like slowed down to almost nothing, and I went to the outside to avoid him and that, and luckily there was no accident happen. But I wasn't really involved with a lot of the other cars, or actually the trucks, you know, switching from lane to lane, so I didn't really get affected by that.
Well, this is a track that I know you love, and you wanted to win. You led a lot of laps here too, and it had to break your heart there, you know, getting caught up in the wall, not being able to get the truck pulled out of the wall. Terminal damage there for you. That had to break your heart there.
Yeah, I wanted to at least finish the race, and it was just like you said, I was just angry and kind of sad at the same time that, you know, I can't be there at the end and I had to watch. But like I said, that's just the way things go, so take the positives and the minuses.
Well, another victory for the Kubota team, another championship here in the Truck Series. And next season, we start next season next week. We got Martinsville. You know, how do you feel about Martinsville? Very different situation than what you finished out the season here at Talladega.
Yeah, now it's basically Talladega, how to say, reduced to what, half a mile if that way it is, and man, there's going to be bumping and banging on that one. But like I says, hopefully I can just go ahead and put on, a good show with Martinsville.
Well, congratulations, man. A well-deserved championship, one of many that you have here at High Octane Racing League. Thank you for all you do here for our league and being a member so long. And one of those old guard HORL guys, good to see another championship come your way.
Oh, thank you very much, and great job on doing the broadcast on TurnLeft TV. You're the greatest.
All right, thank you, man.
Yep, everybody. All righty.
All right, that's Sean Jacobs here joining us in the booth in a championship for him. This is a little bit of a surprise broadcast, so I didn't have a banner made for him, but he had that sewn up going into tonight's race. So congratulations to Sean, and amazing run there for him. And next week we will be at Martinsville to start out a brand new season, huh? Yeah, fantastic season. Hopefully I'll have to get the schedule going. I think I have the week off. Sort of. Well, the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series will be back in action. And that's coming up on Friday right here at Talladega. It's actually 70 laps, not 100 laps, but we'll get that fixed. So Talladega Superspeedway or Talladega Speedway coming up, race number 9 of the season. Just 2 races to go. And that'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. Friday at 9 p.m. Take a look at the crew there. We fix our background. There you go. The Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action at Dega this Saturday. It is a 70-lap race. It's race number 1 of a brand new season, and that's the Saturday Night Thunder, the next gen at Dega. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. We didn't think we were doing it. Didn't think it was working here for a while, but it looks like it's working just fine. But thank you for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, smash the bell if you haven't done so, and please subscribe if you haven't done so. We'd love to have you subscribe. And I appreciate everybody showing up and joining me here on TurnLeft TV. Always looking for some new subscribers. You can also click on the link down in the description of this race and buy me a coffee if you'd like to do so. Well, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you for joining me here on TurnLeft TV. We will see you next time. Until then, I am out of here.